Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of course, there are me when Hassan does is returned readjustedly just on press conference and on press issues. That is basically re-updating the lost out. We lost out here. Okay, we appointed this meeting here. The meeting is supposed to proceed and is declared here. You can see Sudan 2023, 1999, and then is East African Major Project. Of course, our major purpose is multi-purpose is to ensure yes we are doing the least safety measures here to unite back this Sudan which we lost away here and then to the source. Okay, so this Sudan we lost here to the source. We want to terminate source, and then source was terminated successfully there. If you look, Khartoum of course react to addition to Kenya. Here this is Sudan, TPLA. Khartoum react to Addis Ababa, which is Ethiopia, and then Ethiopia react to UPDF, which is Kampala, Uganda, then to KDF, which is Nairobi, Kenya, and then DRC, which is Kinshasa and the Congo, and then the basic is to reopen of Sudan lockout border, which is the East African community, which has been lost to the South Sudanese. So the basic measures they are there, of course, to unite back. This was the guy there. You can see the guy was now isolated there in the middle. We have the project Kambalist. That is, of course, forcing this guy here to be in the middle now, and then securing this area here as back to Sudan. And then you can see these unifications, the rectifications here on the map which we have here, and then affected of course this red area of Kenya. This is Kenya, and if you look here down here, that is Uganda. Down that end there, that is DRC. You can see the map, it can tell you right there. Okay, this is here Sudan, right? And then the red area is not beyond. This is the Turkana regions right there and right there. Okay, this is the multipurpose area where we are working, Khartoum. So this is Sudan where we are working right there, uniting this area, the lost Sudan here to this guy here, and then you can see we open here up, we open there up. This is the case scenarios here. We introduce what? We introduce the workplace safety as the real priority here. Okay, the real priority here. So workplace safety. And if you look here, our neighbors such as Somali, this is the Somalian countries here, is also affected really, is really affected there. They write this minute here to the UN, and then of course asking if they will be safer here in that particular area. Of course, this is like operating. There are refugees there around that red area. This red map which has been marked right there, this area here, they own a lot of refugees here. These are refugees county, and then there are refugees coming from here, coming to Nairobi to buy and then returning there. That is their way out. And then the military, of course, maybe minimize themselves with these refugees, and then they come with the two mouth and then saying they're Sudanese, not truly. So conflicting too much. That's why if you see it sent a lot of disaster to these Somalian business people, and then this is the Somalian business people. They write their letter to the office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights. Yeah, okay, that is UN office. They write this letter claiming they lost a lot of businessmen, and then who operating alongside these red market regions, because those Sudanese here who live here, they have too much. They are lying. They are saying that they're Sudanese, and then in the middle of the night they are turning to be so Sudanese. They are not telling the truth, and then they are not distinguished. So that's why you can see the line is red, is bloody, and then the situation is not cold there. And then the issuing this cases with the new unifications, of course, has like these propellers all standing alongside, beside these people. And then our guide here with this awareness training, this is workplace hazardous material information system control, and then which we are trying to eradicate here and then prevent those hazardous issues, because you have to stop, you have to think, you have to add well, and then before you walk around all these areas, and then to be safe you need to have a skeleton, you need to have a good pen, you need to have at least a helmet, you need to have all those things to operate around there. So these people, we are seeing their situations, they are not saved enough, and then they need a lot of precautions to work right there. And then that is the area, the precaution is if they will work as a copyright of Sudan. If this is not a copyright, of course this area is red like that and is not secure. That's why if you look, it brings the attention of the Sudanese for that purpose, and then that's why we are late, and then we have to work very closely, and then ensuring we prevent such a hazardous infos towards that regions there. And then you can see that's the basic information we are tackling, because these are equipments, military equipments, and then of course pouring around them here there, and then these are the project which we planned right there as a Sudan, and in that copyright, particular copyright. So if you look briefly, this is our company infos, and then that briefly that is towards Sudan, and then the Sudan, the new map, which is uniting the Kenya and the rest of that particular countries and areas. So, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that is briefly about the clarifications of that particular areas, and that areas that we have at least emphasized here. Okay, so if you look, that is criteria 1, 2, 3, and then it's basically tackling that basic areas that, of course, we ourselves will look at it and then we say, yeah, let them be decent, let them be quite safe to those refugees, and then let them not follow this one life area, and then that, because that is a false government. South Sudan is a false government, it's not a true government, there is no country there. That is like a rebel operating the business. And then and if you look on the East African communities, those their militaries also they're manipulating, and then they are manipulating their citizens. They are not using the right cases there, so they're hiding the truth. And if they started now operations, they're operating within now the refugees. Okay, they're operating now within the refugees, because they are saying, yeah, this is the refugees who caused it. And then they are now blocking the refugees route, and then they're gonna rob all those refugees routes, because they are after what? They are after free things, and then they want to loot those rich people. Gift for those refugees they are looting. That's why if you look there, their main manipulation regions is to drag off those refugees goods that has been donated to the refugees, and then they're operating within that area, and then they're blocking. So we are trying is, why do the cases with the Sudan the government failed right there? If you look on this meeting which they dropped there right there, and then the guy just killed someone, and then went and looted a bank. Okay, and then we have a bank branch that opened there roughly, and then the guy was operating inside our bank, and then murder addition one of the staff for our particular bank branch. And then they try to change even the name of our bank. They hide these logos, our slogans, they hide it there, because we post beside the information we are trying to edit and then fix it. And then because the South Sudan rebel, they sent this an invoice, an emergency military base to these KDF regions, and then they join forces there, and then they come together as if, and then at the end they have to deploy them back to there, and then that's why it is stop the unifications of that particular division Khartoum people in this crescent back there. You can see the whole thing is altered. So what can we do there to fix this one? So to fix this one, we need you, the refugees, the Sudanese refugees who are brought. Okay, don't try to support those rebels. If you do support those rebels, we know you people, you manipulate people a lot with the SPLA rebellions. Okay, it has been a long, and if you look there, people were all along in the refugees camp. They forget about their land, and then today you even their land turned to South Sudan, and then it's taken over by those bad guys, the rebels. Still, that is still SPL's regimes, which is manipulating that particular land. So if you look there, are we benefiting there? No, people don't benefit. And then how shall our $100 build those kind of tools there in that particular land which has been taken off? You cannot even pay $100 there in that particular countries, because the currency is fake, and then the currency is taken over, is bent away from the world currency list. You know, whatever your phone can show you, and then your computer cannot show you exactly that currency exchange rate is missing there. Nobody put it. If you look on the criterias, nobody put you that currency, particular currency there. But your phone can tell you, yeah, we have that currency. But nobody can tell you we have that currency. Whatever you track the list here, that currency you cannot see them. Okay? Where will you see that currency? It's not right there. It's not there. You see? Do you see that currency there? None of the Sudan currency you can see there. None of that currency. How will you pay that countries? So if you pay, you're wasting, you know. So you have to go to dealers. Those dealers can manipulate, and then they can brag your money like you're bragging them. That's like you are stealing the money. You are not really working as edition a public. You are not a public, but that is a scam government, and you people you indulge in the corruptions, and then just supporting the corruptions to continue. And then you can see that is a violence everywhere there. That is a violence particularly, and then there is no safety there. What is required there? If you look on this particular area, this is Wemes, okay? Wemes can tell you, this is Wemes, okay? We talk of workplace safety here. This is workplace safety. And then this is a workplace, of course. A workplace hazardous material information systems. And if they are basic, this is work environments. Your work safety, your safety first, your risk, your inquiries, or your injuries, your employees, your regulations, and then an incident or accidents, and then protection, your health, and then your precautions, your workplace hazard, and etc. You know how you bend, and then how you lift, and then how you walk in workplace, and then that is your workplace safety consultations. And then you consult yourself, and then you need to be who you could be. Of course, you have to stop, you have to think, you have to act. And then that is basically, you have to watch all your steps when you are doing that. And then you know this is the rules for all workplace, of course, the employees' rules. And then who shall refuse that? That is a precaution, of course. That is your own precaution, and then that is your own liabilities, your own safety, for your own safety. So you know they are all basic issues. So you refuse it, that is all a trouble, of course. So you know here, if you look here, this is basically, I basically can tell you really the 10 basic rules for workplace safety. 10 basic rules, and then here that is 10 basic rules. 10 basic rules, you know. So that is basically a workplace and workplace based issues and the workplace based efforts. They are made for workplace, so you have to of course work with it, and then you have to understand to it, and then you have to know exactly because they are workplace issues. So I guess this can at least warm you up. Then this can at least give you some ideas that this is not manipulation areas, but this is basically helping and taking you get understand what is required there, and then what you people should do alongside that Sudan border of Uganda or Kenya, and then they should use it as a Sudan, and not use it as a way of collecting money from anybody, and then let my community leak was there in Howley, and then let them just involved with the terrorist attacks, and then that run those kind of issues in Howley. But when we talk the realities, this is really the issue, and the workplace safeties they can tell you. We are telling for the safety of the communities there. That is the community safeties. So you are just working as if this is another area good for this, and when the more we support such issues, more they get win-win. No, that is not it, because that is 100% a typical rebellisms, so cannot be supported. And then you should know is who are the right people that we should work. So we ask, this is a should Khartoum support is welcome to Kenya or Uganda or DRC, because they should work and then keep is ensuring that we have the safety there, because we know is this one having that helicopters patrolling that area as the Sudan border. If because for us, we the Equatorians, we know we have helicopters which is patrolling the area, the border there. We don't have military patrolling the area. Whatever there is a military there, that military base there is not a basic issue, is not a big deal there. They cannot cause trouble, they cannot do anything else, but that is a addition helicopters. Okay, we have trained reporters, we have experts who are handling such helicopters calls, and then that those people they should know is this one. Let them continuously serve their people the way they're serving those guys, because those helicopters, once you call them, they come around, and then they oversee that area, and then they just leave back, and then they settle, because we know, because the guy is what is a little bit damned. This guy here, the source guy, which is the SPLA. Okay, they are damned because they can of course cause trouble, and then buy those even those UPDF, even change them rebels, and then buy those KDF, change them rebels. That's why if Sudan was military were mixed there with the KDF, they turn them immediately rebel, and then they become South Sudan. Even myself here, I'm dealing now South Sudan. For you, as if this message here is all supporting South Sudan. No, this is a differentiation. We are separating from South Sudan. We don't support them. I guess you are really getting there, and that information those people they are issuing there is not a support to South Sudan. Okay, we are deploying them, meaning we are firing them, and then ending their service there, not to be prolonged around there. Let them end it, and then the move where in the middle.